Want to support the channel? Go check out my Patreon. There's perks like access to videos early and plenty more rewards. Every contribution is appreciated as it keeps me making great content for you guys. For more information, go to patreon.com/Maqwell.
The sea of blue, it calls to you. I'm Leicester City through and through. Leicester City now until I die.
The knockout stages begin with Atletico Madrid. Early opportunity in the 4th minute for Atletico through a Milinkovic-Savic as he takes on pretty much every Leicester defender in his way as he gets past Tielemans. Then Tielemans tackles him, but then Milinkovic-Savic gets it right back, passes it to Saul. Saul gets around Ndidi, and he's just going to do Saul things and blast that one outside of the box into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Atleti in just 7 minutes. And this wasn't a bright start for us whatsoever as Atleti with another opportunity. It's Valera this time, but he's tackled by Ricardo Pereira, and now a counterattack could start up for Leicester City. It's Cengiz Ünder with plenty of space to run into. As he runs into the box, he tries to find someone in the middle. He slides in for James Maddison, and it's blocked. And Atleti come knocking once again. It's Milinkovic-Savic linking up with Luis Suarez. He then just splits between the two midfielders, then passes it to Valera, and Valera is going to slide that one in to make it 2-0 to Atletico Madrid. Oh boy. The scoreline increases and Leicester City's intensity increases as they are getting more and more desperate, and it's only the 27th minute, but a great ball from Ricardo Pereira to Cengiz Ünder, and Under's going to have that one blocked by Jimenez. And in come the Foxes again through James Maddison as he passes it to Wilfred Ndidi. Ndidi then gets a lovely ball to Cengiz Ünder, and Ünder, could he do something here as he gets it to Wilfred Ndidi? It's blocked, but then it falls to Ricardo Pereira. Now Pereira trying to find someone in the box, but he finds Wilfred Ndidi. Now to James Maddison, through ball to Jamie Vardy, but Oblak's there. And it's not even the end of the first half yet. Another opportunity for Leicester City. It's Jamie Vardy, but no one in front of him, so he has to pass it to Wilfred Ndidi making the run, who then sees Yuri Tielemans making the run in between the two defenders. Not fast enough for Jimenez, so he flips it off to Wilfred Ndidi, and we get one goal back, and more importantly, that's one away goal. Finally, into the second half, it's Leicester City once again. Atletico dropped back after scoring 2 goals, and that could have been a mistake they made as Jamie Vardy brings it to Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans then gets it to Vardy, who's onside, but unluckily enough, it just misses. Fast forward to the 72nd minute, it's Harvey Barnes leading this break for Leicester City as he passes it to Jamie Vardy. Vardy nowhere to go, so he gets it to Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans then just dribbles, trying to find someone running into a channel, gets it to Wilfred Ndidi. Now to James Maddison. Maddison sees an open Harvey Barnes, who tries this shot, but it's once again blocked by the Atleti defense. Atletico wanting to put a dagger in this one to leave Leicester City in the dust. It's Saul as he tries to find someone, but he's tackled by Hernandez, and Hernandez could have just started up a counterattack that could be vital for us. It's Soyuncu to James Maddison, out to Adria Pedrosa, and Adria Pedrosa has been out for 3 months, but it doesn't look like it with that beautiful pass as Harvey Barnes, it's just him versus the keeper, and he's gonna beat him, and it is 2-2. The comeback is complete at the Estadio Metropolitano, and now we can come back home with a little more comfort. And before we get into the next match, which is against Manchester City, here's the table so far. We have come to the point where we have dropped so many points that now we are tied with Manchester City and are only league leader still because of the goal differential. So it would be kind of nice if we could get a result against Manchester City and, you know, spread out the lead a bit. So, Manchester City at Etihad Stadium. Let the games begin. Manchester City on the attack just 2 minutes in. Leicester City already having to defend, and it's Thomas Partey as he passes it back to Bernardo Silva, crossing in, but it's Ricardo Pereira with a great header out, but it falls to Laporte, and Laporte is just going to make the worst mistake of his life as he passes it right to Alexander Isak, getting it to Cengiz Ünder, and Cengiz Ünder is going to beat every single Manchester City defender for pace, and Cengiz Ünder, could he finish this one? He can. It's 1-0 to Leicester City. The ultimate counter-attack has once again happened against Manchester City. And Manchester City, after that goal, they just kind of collapsed. It's Cengiz Ünder once again through on goal, and he's going to find the back of the net again. It's a brace for Cengiz Ünder after just 20 minutes, and we're 2-0 up against Manchester City. And just like prior FIFAs, you've seen this multiple times now. Manchester City have not been nailed on whatsoever. EA screw up Manchester City. Anytime Manchester City plays a smaller side than them, they always manage to screw up their play style because, I don't know, I guess look at what's going on here. There's so much space to run into, and Yuri Tielemans makes it 3-0. and it's only 36 minutes played. This is rather disappointing though, because, you know, Manchester City actually used to be challenging, but now they're just this garbage, and I don't know why. Alright, let me explain, okay? I was watching the live NASCAR race post interviews while playing, and I paused to hear this one guy. Now, I know I may have conceded and lost my clean sheet, but I heard someone drop an F-bomb on national television, so it was well worth it.
Fuck, I don't know. Sorry.
And now the aftermath of that match, we are now 3 points above Manchester City, luckily enough. We are still somehow undefeated as well, so that's pretty cool. Next up, Imperial Watford in the FA Cup. Now, this was another match where we completely destroyed the opposing side. I mean, it was Watford. What do you expect? Alexander Isak got a hat-trick again in the FA Cup, while James Glover got himself a goal. Wolves. 54 minutes in, Leicester City on the attack through James Maddison. He passed it to Wilfred Ndidi. Now to Yuri Tielemans. Good ball to Jamie Vardy, but he's being looked at by 3 defenders, so he has to drop it to James Maddison. Now Maddison waiting for the run of Jamie Vardy. That's inevitable, and he gets it. Now stops. Then he's just gonna pop it into the back of the net, that is, and 1-0 to Leicester City. Another 3 points. Easy as that. And finally, an FA Cup match where I can actually show the highlights and not just sum it up. 2 minutes into this one, it's an opportunity for Leicester City already. James Maddison passing it to Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans down to Minamino, and Minamino sees the run by Ricardo Pereira, and now Pereira is just gonna cross this one, whip it all across the defense, and that is a dime to Alexander Isak to make it 1-0 to Leicester City. Just like that. But here come Manchester City through Bruno Fernandes as he gets tackled by Jonathan Tah though, and now it's Daniel Podence to lead this counterattack. Daniel Podence sees the run by Alexander Isak, but he just decides to keep going, and he goes into the box himself, then finally finds someone in the middle, and it's not Alexander Isak this time, it's Yuri Tielemans to make it 2-0. Corner for Manchester United in the 63rd minute, it's whipped in for Davinson Sanchez, and it's off the post. It's cleared, but it only falls to Manchester United's own Tecatito as he lobs one up to Van de Beek. Van de Beek lovely pass to Rashford, and that's one back for Manchester United. But then a corner in the 90th minute to possibly seal the deal. It's Alexander Isak, the master of heading, has sent us to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So usually I don't do this, but because it's the semi-finals next round, here are the scores. Liverpool beat Burnley 3-1. Manchester City beat Sheffield United 2-0. Everton lose 4-2 against Sheffield Wednesday, and then obviously you already saw our score. So, let's hope we don't get Liverpool or Manchester City. And bada bing, bada boom, somehow our luck has changed because we face Atletico in the round of 16, and it seems like the gods will give us a little bit of mercy as we drew Sheffield Wednesday in the semifinals of the FA Cup. 2-2 draw on aggregate. We have 2 away goals, which makes it just that little more comfortable as we go into the second leg at home. 8 minutes into this one, an opportunity, and it's not ours, it's Atleti. So once again, not the greatest start for us. It's João Felix to Luis Suarez. Suarez gets the ball back to Felix, and now he gets it back to Suarez. It's blocked by the defender, and Ndidi has it, but he gets dispossessed, and now Atletico with another opportunity. It's Suarez once again. He sees the run of Lemar, and Lemar is going to take the shot, but it's a good save by Strakosha. And just a little bit later, it's Leicester City with their first opportunity of the match. It's Jamie Vardy as he sees the run by Cengiz Ünder, and Cengiz Ünder in on goal. He just has the keeper to beat, but he just misses the net. But again, come Leicester City, we need to get at least 1 goal to put this one out of reach possibly. It's Jamie Vardy though as he gets it to Wilfred Ndidi. Now to Tielemans, and Tielemans with a lovely pass right to Jamie Vardy, and it's an easy finish for Jamie Vardy as it's 1-0 to Leicester City, 3-2 on aggregate. But Atletico, we're not going to give up that easily. It's João Felix as he sees the run by Getch, and Getch is going to receive it from him, and now Getch really nowhere to cross into because he's getting closed down by Ricardo Pereira. Now he brings it to Lodi, and Lodi gets it to João Felix. Now to Suarez, it's blocked the first time. Suarez gets another opportunity, but it's an easy cleanup for Strakosha there. 52 minutes in, it's Atletico once again through Lodi. He passes it to Gonzalo Getch, now to Felix, and Felix with some space to run into, but it's Ndidi making the vital tackle, and now Leicester City on the counterattack. It's back to Ndidi. Now James Maddison on the ball. Maddison sees the run by Harvey Barnes. No one around him, and Harvey Barnes is just going to go in on goal. Can he put this one to bed? He cuts inside, curls it into the back of the net, and it's 2-0 to Leicester City, 4-2 on aggregate. This match is done. And what a Champions League tie. The first leg was insane. The second leg, we just capped it all off, and we are on to the second round to face Bayern What? Arsenal. Early opportunity for Leicester City in the 4th minute. It's Harvey Barnes passing it to Timothy Castagne on the wing, who gets it to James Maddison. Now to Vardy, and Vardy just fires that one into the back of the net. It's already 1-0, just like that. Now just a couple minutes later, it's Leicester City once again creating another opportunity. Possibly could they double this lead? Well, we'll see. It's James Maddison. He passes it to Wilfred Ndidi. Ndidi with a great ball to Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans just waits and then finds James Maddison running into the edge of the box. Then James Maddison cuts, brings it to Yuri Tielemans, and Tielemans just curls it into the bottom right. 2-0. And just a little bit later, it's 22 minutes played. Leicester City on another attack. It's Jamie Vardy this time creating some space for himself, passing it to James Maddison. Maddison then turns, gets it back to Jamie Vardy, and just look at all this open space for Jamie Vardy just to find the back of the net. 3-0 to Leicester City after just 20 minutes. And then nothing really happened until 87 minutes played. It's Alexander Isak with another bulleting header into the back of the net from a corner. 4-0 to Leicester City. Easy as that. The glitch where we couldn't play Leeds at home is now fixed, but they still have a generic stadium, which so happens to be giving me some flashbacks.
Hey Maqwell, where's Marino?
Episode 2, Episode 2.
Where's San Marino? Episode 2.
2 minutes played, Leeds on the attack, but it's a tackle by James Glover, a great one as it falls to Castagna, and now Castagna leads this counter-attack. He gets it to Minamino, and Minamino with tons of space to run into. He's just gonna go all the way and just find the back of the net. Takumi Minamino makes it 1-0. And into the 72nd minute, we just didn't really play as well as we usually did, probably because we were playing our backup squad, but it's James Glover. Once again, he gets it to Alexander Isak. Now back to Glover. Glover then with a fantastic through ball, just splits between the defense, and it's 2-0 thanks to Alexander Isak. And then 81 minutes played, Leicester City with another opportunity to possibly make it 3. It's Dewsbury Hall. Hasn't played as much, but that is a lovely pass to Alexander Isak, and Isak is just going to use a bit of footwork and then just curl this one all the way into the top right corner. A fantastic finish, and this Slenderman looking motherfucker is just having the time of his life in the Premier League right now. And here's the table after the month of March. 6 points ahead of Manchester City, or still undefeated also. There is no God. And 10 minutes in, it's Bayern Munich already on the attack, but it's Hernandez making a great tackle, and now Leicester City on the counter-attack. It's just like that. It's Yuri Tielemans out to Cengiz Ünder. In Ünder, he has some room to run into. He crosses the one for Jamie Vardy, and unluckily enough, he just misses. But in come Bayern Munich once again, but it's Wilfred Ndidi dispossessing the player this time. It's now Yuri Tielemans. Once again, Cengiz Ünder making the run, and Cengiz Ünder has a shot, and it's saved by Neuer. And can this attack for Bayern Munich last more than 2 seconds? It's Thomas Müller. He passes it to Lewandowski. Lewandowski to Sergio Canales, and Canales is just going to run in between Soyuncu and Ricardo Pereira, but then he gets stopped by Soyuncu the first time. It doesn't work out, but then finally Soyuncu gets it. Now it's Ricardo Pereira, and there comes Leicester City on the counter-attack. It's Cengiz Ünder, Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans with a lovely through ball all the way to Jamie Vardy, and Vardy with just the keeper to beat, he doesn't even move. Jamie Vardy makes it 1-0 away from home to Leicester City in the Champions League. And it's again Bayern on the attack through Corentin Tolisso as he passes to Lewandowski. Now Sergio Canales. How Sergio Canales got in the Bayern squad, I will never know. But then he passes it to Sane, and Sane is going to cross this one in. It's headed out by Hernandez, but it goes right to Tolisso, who just skies it. Leicester City on the offensive in the 38th minute. It's Cengiz Ünder. He gets a ball to Yuri Tielemans, and Tielemans sees the run of Jamie Vardy. There's another link up between him and Jamie Vardy, and Vardy cuts. He brings it to Harvey Barnes, now to James Maddison, and Maddison is going to curl it. It's saved by Neuer, but it's still Leicester's ball. Pedrosa, now to James Maddison, sees an open Cengiz Ünder, and once again Neuer is there to save the day. Lewandowski for Bayern now right before the end of the half. He gets it to Sergio Canales, but that's intercepted by Hernandez, but Hernandez makes a horrible mistake. It's now Sergio Canales getting right past Hernandez, takes the shot, but luckily enough, it's Strakosha just standing tall. Finally into the second half, it's Leicester City with another opportunity. Cengiz Ünder out to Yuri Tielemans. He stopped, but then he gets it back. It's Jamie Vardy, now to James Maddison. A lovely lob all the way to Harvey Barnes, and off the volley, a beautiful finish, and the Leicester product out of nowhere makes it 2-0 for us. Bayern on the attack again, but it's blocked, and now Thomas Müller, he's dispossessed, but it goes to Leicester City. It's cleared out, but only falls right to another Bayern player, and another attack for Bayern can begin. It's Müller out to Lewandowski. Lewandowski, back to Muller, and Muller with a lovely ball to Lewandowski. It's saved the first time, and it's saved the second time. Strakosha once again keeping this clean sheet alive. And on the following corner, it's Kimmich floating one in for Lewandowski, who just misses the net. And it's former Bayern player Hernandez going at Bayern once again. He passes it to James Mason, now to Alexander Isak, and it is just too simple for Leicester City. Yuri Tielemans finding that ball, and he finds the back of the net. 3-0 is how this would end, and we are easily going to the semi-finals. Dear God, I was not expecting that. Newcastle. Early opportunity for Newcastle, but then it's dispossessed. Wilfred Ndidi makes a terrible mistake, and now it's Newcastle once again through Niang. It's Fraser. Fraser just gets right past Jonathan Tah like nothing, and it's 1-0 to Newcastle. Yeah, not the greatest start. But then 41 minutes played, Leicester City on the attack through Cengiz Under. Under is going to try and cut inside. He does pretty well, then tries a shot, but then it's just headed away. It goes to Daniel Podence though, now to James Glover. James Glover just sets himself up, and that is a fantastic finish. Off the post and in, 1-0. Newcastle on the offensive once again though, it's Matt Ritchie. He gets it to Fraser, and now Fraser with tons of space to run into. Castagna is just left for dead. Now Fraser just passes it back to Ritchie, back to Fraser now. Fraser then gets one to Niang. Niang then just backheels this one to João Mario, and Mario puts in the back of the net to make it 2-1 to Newcastle. Now, I usually don't like pulling out the big guns, but I guess I have to. Uno reverse card. Now, it may look late into this one, but does that matter? I don't give a f***. It's Wilfred Ndidi. He dispossesses the Newcastle defender, and now it's just an easy counterattack for us. It's Daniel Podence to Wilfred Ndidi. It's tied up at 2-2. But you really thought it was over? I was just going to whip out the Uno reverse card for 1 goal? You'd be wrong, sir. It's Minamino with time expiring, whipping one in for Alexander Isak. It saved the first time, but Alexander Isak isn't going to let that one just slide. It's 3-2, and somehow we managed to win all of a sudden. And going into this one, 3-0 up on aggregate, it just looks like we're going to the semis. 22 minutes in, and Leicester City are not joking around. It's Castagna as he passes it to James Mason. Mason picks out Jamie Vardy in the middle, and Vardy's just going to lob this one up to Cengiz Under with some space to run into. No one really in the box, but he still crosses it, and it's blocked. And on the following corner, Madison floats this one in for Jamie Vardy, who finds the back of the net. It is 4-0 on aggregate. Leicester City are definitely going through, it looks like. And again come the Foxes. We were not going to let up with this one. It's Cengiz Under as he passes it to Jamie Vardy. Vardy then gets it to Wilfred Ndidi, and Ndidi then stops, tries to find someone. He gets it to Cengiz Under. Lovely ball all the way to James Madison. Madison has a shot, and it's saved by Neuer. And we go all the way into the 71st minute. This match was more of us containing the ball and hoping Bayern wouldn't get a chance, but here Bayern with an opportunity. It's Thomas Müller as he passes it to Lewandowski. Lewandowski takes on the defense, gets past Soyuncu, then passes it to Gnabry, and it's blocked by Wilfred Ndidi. And on the following corner of that one, it's floated in for Lewandowski, and now it's 2 headers that have scored in this one, as it's 1-1 here, but it is still 4-1 on aggregate. And with time expiring, Leicester City with one more opportunity to possibly even just win this match for the sake of it. It's James Mason, a lovely pass to Alexander Isak in between 2 defenders, and now Isak has a shot. It's blocked, but then he gets it right back and puts it into the back of the net. It's 2-1 to Leicester City, 5-1 on aggregate, and this one is done. It's over. We're going to the semifinals.
When you smile